This is an iHeart podcast.
With Amex Gold, you can make dining out before the big event a big event.
Hey, you made it. It's been so long.
And earn 4 times membership rewards points on purchases at restaurants up to $50,000 per year. And if you're running late, no problem.
Oh, we gotta go.
You get access to card member entrances at select venues, so you can make it in time to catch the big win. That's the powerful backing of American Express. Card member entrance access not limited to Amex Gold Card. Terms apply. Learn more at americanexpress.com/withAmex.
SOME stands for So Others Might Eat, and I am a grateful beneficiary. That's how I started my journey of recovery. 15 years later, I'm gainfully employed. I moved from homelessness to a safe and secure place to owning my own home today. If these walls could talk, they would say safety.
JP Morgan Chase Community Development Banking understands that the buildings we invest in are more than just 4 walls. They are you. They are us. They are Washington, D.C.
Hello, from Wonder Media Network, I'm Jenny Kaplan, and this is Womanica. This month we're talking about outsiders, women who marched to the beat of their own drum and rejected stereotypes about what women should be. They're aesthetic pioneers, norm benders, and often the only woman in their field. Today we're traveling to early 20th century Prague to meet an artist who never played by the rules of gender, of art, of society. This Womanican sidestepped gendered expectations, embracing androgyny in both appearance and identity, well before there was vocabulary for it. Let's talk about Toyen. Born Marie Čermínová in 1902 in Prague, Toyen rejected conventional femininity from an early age. Drawn to the idea of a more bohemian lifestyle, they left their home at just 17 years old. Soon after, they adopted the name Toyen, a moniker thought to stem from the French word for citizen. It was deliberately gender ambiguous. For that reason, we'll refer to Toyen as they/them throughout. Toyen resisted conventional ways of thinking, especially when it came to gender. They preferred using their pseudonym instead of their given name, spoke in Czech using only masculine grammar, and alternated between dressing in traditionally masculine and feminine clothing. Despite their out-of-the-norm aesthetic and lifestyle, they quickly managed to find an intellectual counterpart after leaving home, the like-minded artist Jindřich Štyrský. The two would become lifelong collaborators. In 1923, Toyen and Jindřich both joined the radical Czech avant-garde group Devět sil. The group was experimental in nature and fused art, poetry, and politics to push boundaries. While in this group, Toyen displayed their work to the public. Their paintings were inspired by Cubism and featured geometric forms and muted colors. Between 1925 and 1929, Toyen and Jindřich lived and showcased their art in Paris. Just as they refused to be siloed into gender-specific labels, Toyen also rejected being referred to as a painter. To avoid conventional categorization and think more expansively, Toyen and Jindřich even came up with their own abstract art movement called artificialism. Artificialism treated painting like poetry. It was focused not on representing reality, but on expressing inner states and emotion using artistic tools like color and texture. In the 1930s, Toyen returned to Prague. Their artistic practice evolved as they became increasingly interested in exploring the line between reality and imagination. A few years later, Toyen helped found Czechoslovakia's first surrealist group. Women and female forms began to feature heavily in Toyen's work. But instead of fetishizing women, Toyen broke them apart, fragmented their forms, turned them into smoke, shadows, or mythic figures. The results were erotic and deeply eerie. When World War II broke out, Toyen stayed in Nazi-occupied Prague, and the surrealists were driven underground. Toyen's staying wasn't just a political act, it was a personal risk. They hid their close friend, a Jewish poet, in their apartment for years. At the same time, they created one of their most haunting works, the Shooting Gallery, a series of war-inspired drawings filled with ghostly figures, shattered bodies, and dreamlike violence. These pieces didn't necessarily show battlefields, but they captured the psychological weight of the war. In 1948, the communists took power in Czechoslovakia, and in search of greater artistic freedom, Toyen returned to France, this time for good. Once settled, they were quickly adopted by the Paris surrealists. Toyen continued to play with their surrealist style through the 1960s and 70s. Their later work grew even more abstract and psychological, less about figures, more about presence and atmosphere. They worked primarily with collage to unpack and restructure erotic forms. They were known to take inspiration from watching X-rated films. Toyen died in Paris in 1980. They never offered up a clean label for who they were, nor did they seem to want to. Their work signals that they were uninterested in conformity, uninterested in being interpreted through someone else's lens. Their legacy is about choosing freedom, creative, political, and personal, no matter the cost. All month, we're talking about outsiders. For more information, find us on Facebook and Instagram at Womanica Podcast. Special thanks to Liz Kaplan, my favorite sister and co-creator. Talk to you tomorrow.
You don't want vacation to end, but with Amex Platinum, you earn 5 times membership rewards points on prepaid hotels and more booked through AmexTravel.com. So you're already planning the next one. Book your room with fine hotels and resorts through Amex Travel and get an upgrade when available. Plus guaranteed 4 p.m. checkout, so you have time to check out the pool before flying off to what's next. That's the powerful backing of American Express. Terms apply. Learn more at americanexpress.com/with Amex CST 1022318.
Some stands for so others might eat, and I am a grateful beneficiary. That's how I started my journey of recovery. 15 years later, I'm gainfully employed. I've moved from homelessness to a safe and secure place to owning my own home today. If these walls could talk, they would say safety.
JP Morgan Chase Community Development Banking understands that the buildings we invest in are more than just 4 walls. They are you. They are us. They are Washington, D.C.
This is an iHeart podcast.